Hello, everybody. It's me, producer Ross, and welcome to another edition of the Monday Recap, the show where we run out the weekend's action and look for. Well, I won't say look forward because it's to look ahead because with the current form, it's not so good. But once again, I'm joined by good old Liam from Crewe, and let's take a look at what happened on the weekend. So, Liam, it's another defeat for Town. The same old story. 2 goals for Pompey as we go down to 6th in the league. Your verdict on that defeat. Town fans, of course, back at Portman Road, 2,000 of them. It was great to see them, but many of them left before full time as Town went down to another defeat, another disappointing game. As I said, your verdict.
I feel like I'm a scratch record where the needle keeps getting stuck and just repeating the same. I have to say, I thought this was the worst out of probably the 3 that we've had. So Portsmouth, Charlton and Hull, those 3 home games. Hull could have maybe had 4, scored 3. Charlton did just about enough to win the game, didn't have to do any more, but they could have maybe got a 3rd. But Portsmouth yesterday, that they looked really hungry, and although they were comfortable, they looked like they were going for the jugular, and they could have had 5, 6, 7. We're talking an absolute battering, not just keeping us at arm's length, but absolutely annihilating, and that just shows you the massive gulf between the 2 sides. And I've said it with the injuries. I feel a bit for Paul Lambert in terms of that, because I don't think that's necessarily his issue. I think this is an issue that's been plaguing Ipswich for much longer than Paul Lambert's been here. But the fact of the matter is, the 4-3-3 might work when you've got your full first team out. And you had the likes of your boy Guion and others really performing well in that system. But when you've got a lot of these players missing, and they've tried it now for weeks and weeks with all the rest of the players that they've actually kept fit, and clearly they can't work in it, or they're not good enough to play it. And instead of trying to find a system that would fit the players that are currently fit, and do something a bit different until the injured players come back, he continues to stick to this system that clearly doesn't work. And by the time he does change things, it's already done. I was delighted to see the fans greet the substitution of Jackson for Hawkins, like for like, with boos. Because it's just, you're 2-0 down. What are you going to lose? You might lose an extra goal, but does it really matter if you lose 3-0, having put 2 up front and maybe create a few chances and even look like trying to get back into it? At the end of the day, he went like for like. That was another 10, 15 minutes chalked off before he finally brought Hawkins on and went 2 up front. By then it was already gone, the game. Portsmouth still looked more threatening on the break, and had it not been for Cornell and the woodwork, then it would have been a battering. We're not going anywhere under Lambert, and frankly, promotion is a pipe dream unless something dramatically changes.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, it's a 2-game week this week. 1 game against the bottom of the league, and the next game against a team who are in the top 6. So we could be doing the full circle of beating a team below us, but then losing against a team in the top 6. So yeah, this Tuesday night, Portman Road, another 2,000 fans will be in the stadium to witness the club live for the first time in 9 months. They'll be taking on Burton Albion, who are currently bottom of the league. Once again, Burton, one of those small clubs who got into the Championship a few years ago and did it right there, and then they've been sort of yo-yoing through the leagues. But yeah, they're bottom of the league at the moment, but they're 4 games unbeaten, which is strange when you're bottom of the league. But there's 3 draws out of there, one win, was against Charlton. It was a 4-2 win against them. So they can beat teams above them. And then on Saturday, Town travel to Peterborough. They're currently sitting 4th in the league, Peterborough. And they're a sort of team who have had a weird season so far. They've had some good wins, but they've also lost against some weird teams, really. So this should be an interesting week, a big week for Paul Lambert. How are you feeling going into this then, Liam? A must-win game against Burton, and really Peterborough as well. I need a win there, or at least get a result
there. Well, I think you've hit the nail on the head. Exactly, that results are needed. I think though this is the reason why Lambert is still in charge, is exactly what you've just said. That likes of Burton, who bottom of the league, have beaten Charlton, and they're 4 unbeaten at the moment, even though the other 3 were draws. They've just hit a little bit of form, and even though they're not winning all those games, it's a mentality of not losing, and that can only help them stay up. And as you say, with Peterborough went 4 games without a win. Were losing games that you wouldn't have expected them to lose. And I think, if I'm right in saying, on Saturday, although they won 4-1, they were they had been pulled back to 1-1 at one stage after going ahead early. So Lambert is lucky, I think, that League One is just so up and down that unfortunately for Ipswich do the poor teams well, but it's the good teams that they look so far out of their depth. But the reason why Lambert is still in the job is because the good teams in this division keep dropping points against the poor teams, which is what Ipswich don't seem to have a problem with. And it keeps this inflated position that Town are in. And suddenly, and you look at the league table and go, oh, well, Town are 6th. They're in the playoffs. What's everyone moaning about? They're still up there. And I think Hull lost at the weekend. So the gap at the top is still very tight. I mean, Town could win 2 games and they could go top of the table if results went their way. It's that tight, and teams keep dropping points. But it is this ridiculous vicious circle. You've got to look more deeper, though, than the league table. In the fact that if you really want to make a decision on Lambert's job, you have to watch the games and actually see and look at and assess it and go, is this actually good enough? Is having 1 or 2 chances and potentially scoring, but not scoring a lot? I think it's 5 games now without a goal against teams who have kept 11 men on the puck. It's not good enough. It really isn't good enough. So, as you say, it's going to be a vicious circle. He'll probably beat Burton, and that will give Marcus Evans another kind of tick in the box to go, yep, still in the playoffs. What's the worry? And then we'll probably lose to Peterborough. All the fans will be continuing to bang the same drum, and it will just go through one ear and out the other. And we'll keep dragging this on until eventually it gets to a stage where it's going to make no difference because we're done. And that will be another year in League One with a much stricter salary cap next year, being more constrained. We need a massive clear out. But even then, who can we bring in to keep Ipswich competitive at the top when we can't really pay them decent wages at this level? So it's an absolute mess. And you just have to look at Sunderland, who beat Lincoln, who are up there 4-0, having changed their manager. We'll take the Wigan game for them out of it because he only just came into the club, I think, the morning of the game. So I don't think he could do a lot of change before that. But in a week from that, they've gone to Lincoln, difficult place, they're doing well, and won 4-0. And now you'll probably see Sunderland start climbing into the playoffs and start putting asserting themselves in that area. And we'll just keep dobbing along with Lambert, continuous, same rhetoric, injuries. Oh, well, we need help. But at the same time, the performances will be the same. There will be lack of chances, lack of goals. Probably take one against the smaller clubs and be able to win it because we're good enough to hold on. But we'll be kept at arm's length by the bigger clubs. And come May, we will still be an average League One side as we currently are at the moment.
Yes, well put there, Liam. And it's going to be a bleak week ahead if we don't win. It's a big week for Paul Lambert and the club itself. And we'll see when we're next on the Monday recap what will be happening. Hopefully wins, but we'll wait and see on that. But Liam, thank you. No, I'm sorry. But yes, Liam, thank you for joining me as ever. Thanks to everybody who watched once again. A depressing watch probably, but this stuff's got to go out there. So thank you as ever. I've been producer Ross, and I'll see you in the next video.